What's up, YouTube? YouTube, this your boy Juice Baby back in your chest, making it do what it do, back at you again with another reaction video. Interrogation. 25-year-old had 5 abortions, realized she is going to prison. It was very interesting, man. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what they do. Y'all make sure y'all like the screen. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit those links. You know what I mean? Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all, you know what I mean? What y'all like to for me to react to. Y'all already know what it is. Let's get it.
When you say you had multiple abortions, how many do you think you've had? You had 5 abortions. Yes. So the babies that you aborted, were they Ronaldus's babies? Were they Philip's babies? Were they someone else's? I'm not sure.
The mystery of the death of baby June has come to an end 4 years later. The big break in the case, using new type of DNA technology.
On June the 1st, 2018, police found an infant body floating in Boynton Beach, Florida. It took them 4 years to find a DNA match. This was a computer rendering of what the baby looked like. Finally, they matched the DNA to Araya Singh. She was brought in for questioning.
Do you have any kids? No. Have you ever had any kids? No. Okay. Do you know why you're here? No. No idea why you're here? Okay. So you say you never had any kids? No. But that may be the reason why you're here. Okay. Okay. So 4.5 years ago, you had a baby, and we found that baby. Mm-hmm. Do you know about that? No. Have you ever seen any of the articles about a baby that we found in the Boynton Beach Inlet? No. Okay. So, you never heard about baby? Nothing like that? Never heard anything? I know it was a while ago. It was 4.5 years ago. Yeah, I don't know. No. Nothing like that. Do you know Ronaldus? Yes. Okay, who is Ronaldus? He's my ex. Okay. And when were you in a relationship with him? While I was living with my sister in Boca a while ago. Like a long time ago. I don't know the timeline, but okay, a long time ago. How did you meet him? He and I were friends in high school. Okay. And we separated in college, and we met back up when he moved back here. Okay. And do you remember the year that you were together? Okay. You separated, so you were still in college. So what years were you in college? 2011 to roughly to now. Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. You're still going now. Okay. So at some point you separated with him and then got back together. Right. When he got back here, so where did he go? Tallahassee. Okay, so he moves to Tallahassee. Is that why you separated that first time? No. My aunt passed away. Okay. And I was going through a lot, and I didn't want to be with him. My parents wouldn't have exactly approved and all of this stuff. It would have been an issue. Okay. And I didn't want to continue the relationship. And after that, he got himself Baker acted. Oh, okay. And okay. I felt bad. Okay. And we ended up hooking up one other time. Okay. Because he was upset and I was vulnerable, and we were not a good fit. It was very toxic. Okay. That was the second time. Okay. You also mentioned before that when you had gone to school at the time, you ended up not finishing your bachelor's because there was a lot going on. What was going on? I ran away from home when I was 19. Okay. And I ran away for another guy that was not Ronaldus. His name was Philip Matadine. Okay. And we did have an abortion. Okay. Quite a few abortions, if I'm honest with you. Okay. And that did not pan out well. That was 8 years of my life, just on and off. Between Ronaldus and Philip? Yeah. Okay. Multiple dudes and Philip. Oh, okay. So when you say you had multiple abortions, how many do you think you've had? You had 5 abortions. Yes. So the babies that you aborted, were they Ronaldus's babies? Were they Philip's babies? Were they someone else's? I'm not sure. You don't know? Okay. So it was all in that same time. So yes. Ronaldus, Philip, and who else? Herman White. Okay. And that was about him. Okay. That's all
Man, I got daughters. I got 4. Yeah, I got 4 daughters, bro. Man, that's why I'm shaking my head, because, man, what you doing? Man, you gotta be thinking about the kids' fathers. Man, this thing crazy.
Nobody else? Okay. How, for the abortions that you had, how late in the pregnancy were you when you had those?
8 to 11 weeks.
All of them?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever carried a baby till full term?
No.
Okay. What if I told you that we found a baby on June 1st, 2018, and that it was a whole baby, so it was only pieces. She was found in the Boynton Inlet, and that the DNA on that baby comes back to you being the mother?
That wouldn't make sense.
No. Do you want to see the baby?
Sure.
Maybe.
You can see
What if I told you that nobody else? Okay.
You can see she lied when she asked her did she had a full baby. She said, like she wanted to say yeah, but said no.
How, for the abortions that you had, how late in the pregnancy were you when you had those?
8 to 11 weeks.
All of them?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever carried a baby till full term?
No.
Okay.
Look,
What if I told you
she ain't just shaking her
that
like this.
we found a baby on June 1st, 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and that it was a whole baby, so it was only pieces. She was found in the Boynton Inlet, and that the DNA on that baby comes back to you being the mother?
That wouldn't make sense.
No. Do you want to see the baby?
Sure.
Maybe I can show you. So are you familiar with the Boynton Inlet?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been there recently? Like, do you go there often? When's the last time you think you went there?
After Ryan and I broke up,
Okay.
that had to be the last time because I used that place to
generator.
think.
Wow.
Okay.
And
It's a good place to think, actually. It's big.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people. Okay. Have you ever seen this baby?
No.
Okay. So, this is the baby we found. And you say you've never seen these articles and you never heard of it. It was pretty big news back then. This was like 4.5 years ago, so it probably hasn't been in the news recently.
Yeah.
But we found her. She was a newborn baby. They said she was maybe a few hours old. They thought maybe she was born in a hospital, but you're saying you've never had a baby in a hospital?
No.
Have you had a baby anywhere else?
No.
Okay. So when we found her, it's a little graphic.
that's okay.
She looked like this.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what we pulled out of the Boynton Beach Inlet.
Okay.
Okay, and as you can imagine, was a newborn baby who's seemingly healthy, except for the fact that she wasn't alive. It kind of caught some attention. Okay, so we've been working this case since June 1st, 2018 when we found her. And there's several things that we found that led us to you, because you're not here just because we just picked some, random person up from, an apartment in Boynton and just brought you here.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Okay. So we found Ronaldus as the dad, and we tested his DNA. He's the dad of this baby.
Okay.
But he didn't know that she existed.
Wow.
The only thing he knew was that he had a girlfriend.
See what I'm saying? I told you, you ain't much thinking about the father, like, period. I said that earlier before it must happen, because you got to look at the situation at hand. Some of these people be doing what they doing. You having unprotected sex, and people tell you without marriage, and y'all think it's a game. When you get married, that's a seal. You know what I'm saying? That's the respectful seal. You having that kid in woodlock, y'all following, the scriptures or any kind of religion. When you get married, you know what that is, man. That's something special. So to have a kid, and why I'm saying that, because the young ladies, is you got to protect your womb. It's very, very spiritual, bro. You can't just disrespect y'all situations like that, man. Protect your womb, and don't be just having babies from no random people, man. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And that she told him once that she had a baby, but she took care of it.
Right.
Assuming you meant abortion, of course.
Yes.
And since you have 5, I get,
Yes.
In this case, this is a baby. She's clearly not aborted. She's been born.
Right.
And you were determined to be the mother of this baby.
Okay.
So I know you had this baby.
I was about to say, how'd you get my DNA?
We have your DNA. So do you know how the DNA system works?
No.
Okay. So we're able to get DNA from where we can get it from wherever. So discarded piece of trash. Okay. So maybe something that you touched, we're able to get your DNA.
Okay.
So, and then today, before we leave here, we'll get another sample of your DNA and we'll test it again.
Okay.
But so far, this baby is coming back to being yours.
Okay.
In addition to that, so at the time you were working at, you said a healthcare staffing company, I think. So would this be correct, like around 2018?
Yes.
Okay. I believe that, I know you were pregnant because this baby is yours, okay? I believe you probably didn't know you were pregnant. I imagine, especially since you've had so many abortions, you weren't planning on having a baby at the time because you had a lot going on, and that you probably didn't know you were pregnant and you weren't able to abort the baby by the time you figured it out. Would that be something fair to say? Like, if you didn't know you were pregnant, how could you have an abortion? Do you know what I mean? So at any time, do you believe you were full-term pregnant? Did you go into labor? I'm talking like contractions, your water breaking. Labor is different for some women, and think, oh my God, I might be having a baby.
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
That's what happened.
You don't want to talk anymore?
No, we can continue talking.
Okay. So I know it happens to women. I know there's probably some men out there who thinks, how the hell can you not know that you're pregnant? But I've heard it happens. You probably weren't expecting to be pregnant. And perhaps this is, you had just maybe, I don't know, you said you had a few abortions. You may have just had one and you're like, there's no way I'm pregnant again. So then you're pregnant, and if you don't know and you don't get rid of the baby, and you don't have any doctor's visits or anything like that, anything to confirm it for you, how do you know that you're pregnant? So maybe you went into labor and you were surprised because we don't know you're pregnant for 10 months, and then all of a sudden you're feeling like these contractions. You're probably surprised. You're probably scared. And in this case, I don't think you went to a hospital, and you already told me that you didn't. I don't think you did. But I'm wondering if you had the baby by accident. You hear stories about women who like go to the bathroom because they don't know they're pregnant, and like a baby comes out and they're like, oh my God, what do I do? It happens to lots of teenagers too. Is that something that may have happened? This was an accident. You didn't even know you were pregnant, and all of a sudden, there's this baby.
She said she plead the fifth on that same question.
That's what I think happened, and I can understand that.
I don't want to go to jail.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but you know what? When we find, you understand, we find this baby,
It's
and we don't know where she comes from.
Believe me, I do.
Okay. But we think the worst, of course, but there may be a different explanation.
That's a whole baby. You going to jail. You going to jail.
You know what I mean?
But either way, I end up going to jail.
Exact. But there's an explanation here. There's how you were feeling to take into consideration. What were the circumstances? I get it. You probably didn't even know
And
you were
in that
pregnant.
time, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my boyfriend. I'm going to lose my apartment. I'm going to lose everything.
Okay. But do you want people to think you deliberately murdered this baby, or that it was some sort of accident?
No.
Because if it wasn't murder, then it was something else. And then that's something that we can talk about. And that's something that, because if that's
Now they want to find out how the baby, was that they lost his life. Not that you just aborted it. Like, y'all think you just get rid of the baby, but it's on how you got rid of the baby. That's a charge.
not something that happened, then we don't know. We're going to go straight to the worst case scenario, and that makes it worse. I'm not here to judge you.
But
I'm not here
today
to
I'm still going to jail.
Today,
Today I'm still going to jail.
well, we don't know what happened. So the point is, we have this baby, and we don't know how she got into the inlet. I think that you may be the only person who knows, maybe somebody else knows. But it was either murder or it was something else. And we can work on something else. Like, I don't know if there was another circumstance that happened. Was it a situation where you had no idea you were pregnant, which is what I think, but I don't know unless you tell me. And you had this baby accidentally, you're like, oh my God, there's this baby here. And then maybe something happened to her. I don't know, because all we know is we found this baby. And we don't know the circumstances that led her to where she was. Do you know what I mean? So if there's something else that happened, this is your opportunity to get it straight. Otherwise, we go to we can't help it. That's what we go to the worst case scenario, and the worst case scenario is not very good.
Can I be guaranteed that I'd be leaving here today?
I can't guarantee that. I can't make you any promises. I know I read that to you on your. I can't make you any promises to make you say anything. However, if you didn't, and I'm talking like murder, if you didn't intentionally kill this baby, there's another explanation. And I think I'm thinking there is, because I'm talking to you. I know I don't know you very well. We just met, but I don't really see you doing that.
I mean, there's a couple of ways. I mean, you murdered the baby, you just discarded the baby, and the baby died from malnutrition, didn't eat nothing. I wonder how she did this. Let's see if she tell us, man. Let's see if she really tell us how that baby died.
But if there's another explanation, we don't know what it is. Well, so what I'm going to do right now is I have a warrant to get a sample of your DNA, okay?
Do I have to do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a judge signed it. You're going to get a copy of it, okay? It's just a swab. It's going to go in your mouth. I'll let you do it yourself. But yeah, unfortunately, the warrant is for a sample of your DNA. Okay?
Okay.
She knows she connected to
I'll
that
stay with you
baby.
soon. Do you need water or anything? Because we can get you a cup of water.
Honestly, I feel sick, and
Okay.
I know I want to talk to a lawyer. But I also don't want to incriminate myself, and, get myself in even worse trouble, or
Well, she went to you incriminate yourself. You just right there. You accepted that you did what you did. Because if you ain't did nothing, you can't incriminate yourself. Can't incriminate yourself if you ain't do nothing.
There's so many things going through my head right now.
I know.
I'm freaking out.
I know you're freaking out. You're scared.
My family's supposed to be here, and what are they gonna think? Well, they have to find me in jail.
You going to jail.
Answer that I don't know.
You going to jail.
I love them. They're just very judgmental, and they mean a lot to me. I worked so hard to finally get to this point. I've created this relationship with my nephews, and I've been trying to make my parents see that
You had your own kids and you got rid of them. How you gonna try to look out for somebody else's kids? It doesn't make sense, Ma. You created a whole different ball game. Like you really thought you was getting rid of a problem. You was creating one. Man. And then you say you had 5 abortions, and if they can find them documents, you know what I'm saying, how those babies got terminated, because you terminated, it had to be more than 5. This can't be the 5th one. This got to be 6. They found this baby somewhere in the river, somewhere in the ocean or something. That's crazy.
I'm reliable, and now I'm everything was going really well. I have everything.
Right, so far there are 3 main talking points. Number 1, she had 5 abortions. Holy mackerel, I don't even have 5 friends. Number 2, when pressed about the details, she said, I plead the 5th. What are you hiding? And number 3, as you can see with the DNA test, she's getting more and more nervous. The suspect is now going to go into more detail about what happened, how it happened. Yes. Brace yourself.
I fucking can't even cry.
It's a shock. I know you, and I get you're scared and all that stuff. And listen though,
I just want to go home, and I know I'm not gonna be able to go home. I'm not gonna have a home by the end of this. I know I don't want to talk about it, and there's no reassurance that everything's gonna be okay, because it's not.
And I don't know, I don't know everything that's gonna happen either.
Hey, listen here, little mama, and anybody else who getting this, it's over with. Now you got to deal with the circumstances at hand. Everything that you thought you created for yourself, it done went down the trash can. just the same way you did that baby, your situation gonna be the same. It's because they found the baby. You did the baby. You can't do no infant like that. Come on, man. I lost my baby. He was 10 months. Y'all check that story out on my ddd2c.biz in my story in the bio. But yeah, man, that's what's sensitive to me because you can't be discarding babies like that, man. Just like that's not trash. It's a human being. Probably would have been the next president. Somebody intelligent. You done throw it to the side, and you think you're gonna be able to? The universe gonna allow you to continue to live on? That's gonna hunt you. It's gonna come back around just like it did. You thought nobody was gonna find the baby. I wonder what she did, bro. Did she straight go to? We gonna find out.
So I wouldn't even be able to.
And I can't go home for Christmas. I can't. I'm never gonna get married at this point. He's not even gonna want to be with me.
Man, your kids ain't gonna never have no Christmas. They ain't gonna never be able to get married. You thinking you selfish. That's what it is. Look at this. It's selfishness. She not thinking about, oh man, I'm sorry I did this to the baby. Man, the baby could have had a nice life. The baby could have, baby. She was talking about her. That's why she got rid of those babies, because she was selfish. She didn't want to take care of nobody else. Come on, man. Look at all this food you eating, man. You can't, come on, man. You tripping.
With me.
Me?
I'm not gonna have an apartment because I won't be able to afford it to get out. I've watched a ton of like John Oliver things and like a bunch of other stuff about how this ruins your life.
So she knew it. Before she knew it. She knew. What you read? Come on, somebody. John Oliver.
Things and like a bunch of other stuff about how this ruins your life.
No, she ain't got no emotions, bro.
I'm gonna die.
No emotions. No emotions. Not for that baby.
And then I saw that article about the guy who like drank bleach after a false like confession. I just want to be anywhere else but here right now.
Now you want to kill
Oh,
yourself.
absolutely. I get that. Yeah.
Have you seen this happen before?
She going on suicide watch.
Like this type of case? Have you seen this type of case before?
We've seen it before, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Not specifically.
And how does it end?
It's over. You go to
I
jail.
couldn't even tell you. They're always different. So they might be similar, but it just depends. I really can't tell you because it's not like a black and white kind of thing, where it definitely ends this way. Like everything's
What
different.
if it's the way you described it?
As murder?
No.
As what?
As an accident.
I don't know.
I know, but like in those cases where it's not.
I think it would just depend on the circumstances. I don't know. I really couldn't answer. If I could, I would answer. It's not that I just don't want to tell you. It's just I couldn't answer that. I have no idea. That would be a guess, and it would probably be wrong, and I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. But in this case, like we don't know.
And I can't like recant anything I tell you. Okay.
I mean, you could, but it would all be on record what you told me, whether you recanted it and told me something different too. But it's like I said, I can't pressure you. I can't do it. All I can tell you is if you change your mind, you can let me know. Otherwise, like I can't like give you advice or anything like that, and I won't ask you any more questions.
And I can't speed up this process by telling you.
No, I can't make any promises. So like I can't tell you. If you tell me something, I can't tell you you're going to leave because of what you told me, or I'll get you there quicker because of what you told me. Nothing like that. It's like whatever I do on the card. It's your own free will.
You can speed up the process. 'Cause look, as soon as she came in the room and she told the truth, she'll be done paperwork, been written up. It'll be a getting process going over to the jack. So yeah, you can speed up the process. You holding it up around here lying.
I can't pressure you in any way. I really can't give you any advice. But it is whatever you want, okay? I'm here for you for this. If you want to talk to me, I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to listen. If you don't want to talk to me, that's fine too. You're not offending me in any way. It's just, this is your story. And if you don't want to tell
I just don't want to. I mean, I guess I don't have a choice now.
Nope. You're not going home.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you.
Okay. Well, I want to understand though, because I want to make sure you understand. If
She
you want
read
to
the
talk
rights.
to me, you're waiving your rights, which are the rights that I read you. The ones I read you on the card, do you remember them?
Yes.
Okay.
I still get an attorney after all this, right? Okay.
Yeah, but if you want an attorney now, you don't want to talk to me without an attorney, that is one of the rights I've read to you. So I just want to make sure you understand that you're waiving your rights. You'll talk to me and I can ask you questions and you're willing to answer them without an attorney present.
Okay.
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 Okay. So what is, you want to talk to me about what happened? Okay.
All right, y'all, let's see. That's what we've been waiting
I
on.
was having these really bad stomach pains, and I thought I had taken care of it. And when it happened, I freaked out, and I knew that that this was all going to happen, and I couldn't handle it. She was dead on arrival. Like, she didn't make it out of me.
You know they can do autopsy, right? They can tell if the baby suffocated. They can tell if the baby took his first breath and then suffocated. They can tell if the baby never took their first breath and suffocated. So now, while she was, sitting over there contemplating, she was making up a story in her head. Because she would tell me it was an accident. How's the only way you discarded the baby? The baby came out stillborn. They told you from the jump. I seen something flash on the screen that the baby was not stillborn. The baby was healthy. The lady told you the baby was healthy. She said the baby was healthy. So if you remember that's what she said, how you gonna come up with this fabricated lie? She told you, man. Wish I knew the timestamp, bro.
I thought it would be my fault and my family would hate me, and I don't even know who it belongs to,
The lies.
So I went to my accounting class and I had her in the trunk because there was nothing I could do. And I left halfway through because I freaked out. And I went to the inlet and I kept thinking of something to do, and I just...
You can't leave halfway through when you're a part of what's happening. Make it make sense. How you gonna leave halfway through? Like, okay, I'ma just... how you got the umbilical? How you cut the umbilical cord, bro? Like, what? Come on, man. You can't skip. Can't skip the parts, bro. It really don't make sense. You're sitting in a line. You're trying to protect. You're going to jail. You might as well tell the truth. Look at her, bro. She looking, just making up a lie, man. Why? You never been in those situations. Like, no, man. I ain't gonna put myself in those situations to be, man, I'm straight up, boy. You guys, hey, man, I did that. I'ma handle that. I gotta take care of that. What's what I did, man, with the freaking line folk, bro. Bro, that hurt, man. She hurt me, bro. She lying. Look at her.
It was just...
Look, Trish, look. Watch what you say. Look.
Sorry.
I understand. Okay.
You're not telling the truth.
I didn't mean for any of this to happen.
She gonna want some detail out.
I didn't plan any of this.
We need details. It's not.
So, are you telling me that this was one of the babies that did you have an abortion for this pregnancy? And it didn't work. Okay. And then so the baby came. Where did you have the baby?
Wait, well, she took something? She took something and she thought it worked? That's what it is. That would sound like you went and got a pill or you took some liquid. You try to dispose of the baby like that. But guess what? She ain't want to pay for no abortions. I don't know how many times she paid for the 5 that she did. I don't know the way it's looking now. It might be it might not be no documentation to none of them. She might have did the same thing. And
I had him in a hotel.
Hotel.
Okay. What hotel was it?
Boynton Beach Inn.
Oh, my stomach.
Okay, and Boynton is
because I couldn't afford to go to like an urgent care or anything.
Okay.
I told you.
So
So I sat in there and I thought, you know, my stomach, okay, I can just wait it out for the day. It's fine. I couldn't go home because then they would ask me questions. Why aren't you at work? Why didn't you know? So I sat there and everything got worse. And I tried to go to the bathroom thinking, you know, bowel movement, everything's going to be fine. And I exploded.
okay. So you were in the bathroom when she came out. Okay. What did you hear?
Nothing.
What did you see? Like,
It was a lot of blood.
Okay.
And it was just, I saw her head.
It's not funny at the baby in the situation, but it's funny how she lying, because I know this copper from that accident, if she heard any sound, she in trouble. If that baby said, if that baby just went, if the baby said, sniffle, that baby was alive when you had her. Now we finna get her right now, let's go.
That was about it.
Okay.
Like, there was no noise, there was nothing.
Okay. When did you start feeling the stomach pain?
Early that morning.
Okay. Were you still home?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you realize what was happening?
In the bathroom.
At the hotel. So you didn't know that you were going into labor. You had no idea there was a baby coming.
Mm-mm.
So, but you're feeling these really bad pains. So instead of like going to a hospital, or I know you said you could report to urgent care, but what was the purpose of going to a hotel room was
Just not to be near my family because I wasn't sure what was going on. And they would have asked me questions like, why was I home? And,
okay.
you know, I didn't want to answer any questions and I didn't want to go to an urgent care because that was just too much money.
Okay.
And
okay. So you have this baby in how long were you at this hotel?
a couple hours.
Okay. And as soon as she comes out, you realize what happened then. And what's the next thing that you did?
I freaked out.
Okay.
She wasn't making noise. There was nothing there. I thought about calling the police, and then I thought, how does this look? You know, I get that this isn't any better.
This does happen a lot. Yeah, what you just described.
Yeah,
it happens.
And I freaked out, and I put her in my backpack, and I left her there for a while, and I fell asleep because I passed out, and I woke up, and she's still. There's nothing. She's still there,
Okay.
And I freaked out and I put her in my backpack and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to accounting and then this is all gonna be a bad dream and it's totally fine, and it's not. I didn't know what to do.
I'm telling you, bro, she hurt me right now.
So when she came out, when you saw her, she wasn't moving at all. She wasn't crying. And did you check her breathing, her chest, nothing like that?
No, I didn't check anything.
You left her in the toilet. Okay.
In the toilet.
So, are you positive that she didn't make any sound? Okay. And the reason I'm asking is because when we found her, I showed you that picture, and she was like a whole baby. And when they go in the water, so after, do you remember the date that this happened?
Told you, bro. You gonna sit there and lie? Look at her. She trying to fit. Oh, I got away with that one, boy. They gonna find out that I ain't kill her. Oh, man, she thought that was like a. Now you back. It's like a bad dream. You like you in a dream and you wake up and then you think you woke, but you still in a dream. Like, all right, man. I don't feel sorry for you, little mama. I swear I don't.
Okay. So I think she was in there for up to 2 days, right? So a person who's dead for 2 days would start decomposing, right? The water slows that down because it's cold. So the cold water, that makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So she really wasn't that decomposed when they finally were able to do the autopsy. They can tell when a baby's born alive, and they can tell when a baby is born.
Hey, man, I just pick random videos and watch them, man. That's what I do.
Stillborn.
It's real life.
Which is what you're describing. And they said that baby was not a stillborn. She took at least a breath.
Look at her.
So,
Look
you based it off of
at
the way
her
they
face.
decompose.
Yeah.
She like, oh, she try to
And you
shake
can
that.
tell when a baby.
She already told you what she try to do. Yeah, I wish it was all a dream. This ain't no dream, little mama. And they can tell when the baby is born, stillborn, bro.
Born, like stillborn,
Look at,
which
look,
is what you're describing.
look. She gonna look
And they said
down.
that baby was not
Oh
a stillborn.
man,
She took at least a breath.
look down.
No.
So, and they base it off of the way they decompose.
Yeah.
Because she would have been much more decomposed. So, say, was it in the morning? Was it in the afternoon? Do you remember what time?
Afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, if she never got oxygen at all, yeah, she would have straight up decomposed. None of her lungs, none of them got nothing. So she come into this world as just like a undeveloped bean or something, or a plant. It ain't finna keep growing. It's gonna decompose. So man,
So she would have been dead until you put her in the water. When did you put her in the inlet?
Midnight.
It was late. Okay.
she was
So she would have started
alive,
decomposing
bro.
prior to that.
She was alive
And then
all the way.
the 2 days, or however long she was in the water before the autopsy. But it didn't show that. And there's evidence that she
Put her in the
took a
backpack.
breath
She was
after.
alive the whole time.
If she fell right in the water, her head would have fallen in the water first.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's possible that first breath was out of water and then underwater. So
Yeah.
you may not have heard her cry because she may not have had that opportunity to cry. But you didn't hear or see anything. Did you look, like, you had the baby, you're probably freaked out, I can imagine, because that sounds horrifying. And did you look in the toilet and see what?
I did. I just didn't. I didn't want to
pick her up out of it?
No.
You didn't touch her? Okay. How long did you leave her in there before?
I passed out for a couple of hours,
Okay.
and then I went and got her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I didn't.
I don't know what you mean.
Put her in your back. Okay. So in the morning you started going into, you had these pains, you're at home. Where's the first place you go after your?
I was planning on going to work,
Okay.
and I sat in the parking lot at work, and it was just too much, and I couldn't handle it, and I called out from the parking lot.
Okay. And then straight from work, where did you go?
I went to the hotel.
Okay. And you were there, you said a few hours or something like that. You probably don't know the exact time. This was 4.5 years ago. Plus, pretty traumatic experience, I can imagine. Where did you go right after the hotel?
To the inlet.
You went there?
No, I
straight?
went to I went to FAU.
Okay.
I went to class because I tried to forget
Right.
all this happened.
So you wanted to pretend like it never happened.
Right.
But she was in your backpack, in your trunk, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Did you make any stops? Did you stop at any stores?
No.
Nothing like that? You never stopped at like a Walmart or a Walgreens?
No.
You were, okay. And physically, like you just had this baby in the toilet. Like how were you feeling physically after?
Tired.
Okay.
I freaked out, uncomfortable, upset. It was just, I didn't know what to do.
Did you tell anybody?
No.
Nobody knows about this?
No.
Did it? I know you said no, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Was anybody with you when you were in the
No.
hotel? Okay. And then what made you go to the Boynton? Like why the Boynton?
I usually go there to think,
Okay.
and I couldn't think of it.
Okay. You didn't know what to do with her. Maybe thought about. I know you said you kind of thought about it. Did you think again about maybe calling 911 or going to a hospital or bringing her somewhere? Okay.
I didn't know what they would think of me, and I didn't know.
Okay. What did you think? So when you threw her, you put her in the inlet.
Adoption?
Did you wrap her in anything? So she was naked.
Yeah.
What did you think was gonna happen? Like, did you think she was gonna wash away or something was gonna eat her?
No, I thought she was gonna go away.
Okay.
I just thought it was all gonna be one bad dream, and I would never hear about it again.
Okay. Did you know that we found her? You never knew that we found her. You never saw any of the articles or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Let me ask. Well, I'm gonna go back to the hotel room. So you had the baby. Did you cut the cord?
There you go.
Did you see the umbilical cord?
I don't remember.
Okay. So you don't remember if you cut anything or?
No.
Okay. Do you remember delivering after? Like, because usually the baby comes out and then a little bit later the placenta comes out.
I believe the baby is the placenta. That's what the umbilical cord connected to. I don't believe it's connected to the The mother itself, I done seen him cleaning up pretty. I done cut over 4 umbilical cords. At least 5, 4, 5, at least. I done cut all my baby umbilical cords, but I'm trying to see. I never actually I seen it hanging out. That's what it's, yeah, that's what it's connected to. Yeah. I had to go back into my mindset. Yeah, it's connected to that bag in there. That's what that the umbilical cord. So she ain't had to cut it. What the man? People who know, like mothers and fathers who know, like about that situation. How could you? Both of those situations still connected to each other, and she moving around like that. Oh man, she must cut the umbilical cord. Oh God.
Do you remember any of that happening?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So.
I didn't mean to do this to myself.
And no
I
nurse
gotta
was
go
with you.
through it.
No. Never took her to a hospital.
No.
Never went to a doctor.
No.
In the weeks following, so you just have this baby, and most women have a baby or in the doctor's office, so any sort of medical issue that arises, they're there. Did you have any sort of issues that stemmed from what happened for yourself?
No.
Nothing like that. Did you ever see a doctor afterwards?
No.
See something.
When did you go for the abortion? You're saying you tried to abort this particular baby. So not about the other ones, but this
remember.
One. Okay. Was it early in the pregnancy? I know in Florida you have to do it before 15 weeks. Were you in Florida?
Yes.
Okay, so it would have been early in this pregnancy,
Yes.
and you went to abort the baby, and you thought it was done.
Yes.
Okay, let me start taking it personal so I can calm down.
But clearly not, because then you went into labor.
Excuse me.
Did you tell anybody that you had been pregnant? Not that you had a baby, that you had been pregnant, but you had gotten an abortion.
Yes.
Who did you tell?
I told Ronnie that.
Okay. Why did you tell him that? You had been broken up.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you tell
Because he was in my house and he was accusing me of cheating and he was freaking me out.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had broken up, I told him I was like pregnant at that point. A lot of things were happening,
Mm-hmm.
and I freaked out. And
She already told you in the beginning, if you remember, not just the 2 dudes. She had multiple partners. So you was cheating. I hope you... I'm not going to do that.
He was like, then show me the paperwork. And I didn't have any of the paperwork.
And you told him this after this all happened?
Yes.
Okay.
1 second.
And did you reach out to him to let him know
No.
this, or he reached out to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he was just bringing up the old drama
all
from
the
your
old
relationship?
drama.
Gotcha. So he asked you for paperwork, which you obviously didn't have. Did he ask you any other questions about it, like wanting to know specific details?
No.
Okay. But then you guys started dating a little bit shortly after?
No.
You didn't start dating again?
No.
Okay.
That was the last time I really saw him.
Okay. So but I understand you saw him for a concert at some point at the end of the
That
summer.
was before that.
Oh, okay. So you told him after. Okay. But you dated at one time. You broke up. You said you're inside, and then you broke up around then, and then you dated again.
Yeah.
After this happened.
Yes.
Okay. For about how long?
I don't know. Not very long at all.
Okay. Did you ever, besides him, so you told him, did you ever tell anybody else that you had gotten this abortion?
No.
That this happened? You ever told your sister? That you're really close with your sister?
Not anymore, but yeah.
Well, we don't know what she thinks, but she doesn't. We don't know what she knows.
I know exactly what she thinks.
She's got kids too, right?
I know exactly what she thinks. I know exactly what
But she never confided in her.
No.
Philip.
No.
Herman.
No.
Just Ronaldus. He's the only one that you told that to.
Yeah.
Okay. And Okay. So when did you take anything with? So when you went to the hotel, you said, I just want to clarify. I just said, so if I got something wrong, just let me know. Okay. When you went there, you still at that point just did not know that, because you've never been in labor before,
No.
so you just didn't know what those pains were.
I just thought it was like massive stomach ache.
Okay.
And I just thought I was going to explode. And I was like, okay, might as well do this here instead of,
Okay. When did you book that hotel room?
that same day.
Like early in the day?
Yeah, early that morning.
Okay.
I was supposed to be at work at like 9:30, so around 9:30.
Okay. Okay, so you booked it while you were at work, but not while you were at home.
No.
Okay. And then you went to the hotel. You never stopped for any sort of like supplies, like Tylenol, pads, or something afterwards?
I didn't know what was going on. No.
No, even after.
Oh.
No, nothing like that. Did you, when you were in the hotel room, so everything was like contained to the toilet? There was no like mess anywhere else, no blood that you left or anything like that?
As far as I know.
Well, it was 4.5 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know.
Okay. But when she was born, she just went directly into the toilet, and then you left her. But you didn't hear any sort of crying. You didn't see any. Did you see a twitch? Anything?
No.
Do you remember what she looked like exactly? Like what color she was?
No.
You don't remember cutting any sort of cord?
No.
The umbilical cord would have been there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing like
I
that.
don't remember any of that.
Did you do anything to her feet?
No.
She's got pricks on her feet, so we were just wondering if that's why I asked if there was like a nurse there or something.
Yeah,
maybe
no.
pricked her feet. Okay.
Yeah, no.
You just left her there. You passed out. You said you were really tired after all that.
Yeah.
And then, did you put her in your backpack when you were leaving, or before that?
When I was leaving.
When you were leaving, and then she went in your truck. What kind of car were you driving at the time?
I don't know.
Okay. Was it your car?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember what kind of car it was.
Okay. And then you left. You went to FAU for a camp, but you didn't stay for the whole class.
I know every kind of car that I ever owned, I ever drove, that I owned with somebody, or owned by myself. Come on. Was that 2 years ago?
And then straight from there, you went to the inlet.
Yes.
Okay. And then how long did you stay at the inlet?
A couple of hours.
You were there for a while. So when you first got there, did you immediately? So what did you do when you got there? Just walk me through that.
I sat on the bank by where they like put the fish and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there and I thought about it, and I was freaked out, and I just emptied the bag.
Okay. Do you know exactly where in the inlet you put her? If I showed you a picture, would you be able to show me?
No.
Were you closer to the boat ramp? Do you know the boat ramp I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. So there's like a park, Ocean Ridge Park?
No.
Okay. You were near the lifeguard stand, or?
No. I was near where they do fishing.
Okay. Where they park, there's that circle of cars where they park and then they hang out on the side?
Yeah.
Okay. And was there anybody there? Did you see anybody?
No.
Or did anybody see you?
I don't remember.
Okay. Were you worried that somebody may have saw you?
No.
Okay. And then when you went to put her in, was it, I'm just trying to picture it, but was it like a bank where there's sand and you put her in there, or did you put her over the edge of something?
Over the edge.
Okay. Okay. So we found her I think, because I'm not really 100% sure exactly what day you were there, but we found her on June 1st. Somebody found her. She didn't get very far. I know you thought she was going to roll up. It just depends.
Is this going to be in the news?
Probably. It was in the news back then, so I can't say yes or no for sure. But
do they have to give my name?
Well, your name's on all the paperwork and stuff.
Can they edit that out?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think it works like that.
Selfish.
Did you give her a name?
No.
You don't really have time to prepare for it at all.
No.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that I'm just wondering is whether or not she was alive when she was first born. I know you say she wasn't, but sometimes babies don't cry immediately, but they take that breath.
There was no noise.
Okay, but she went straight into the water head first. She could have just drowned right there. Yeah,
Sorry.
It does happen with teenagers. But I don't know. We can't go back. We can't go back and change the past. So we don't know what would have been different if you did pick her up but would she have been dead or was she not? We just don't know. You weren't in a hospital. You didn't go to any sort of medical facility where they would have helped you too, because that's dangerous for the baby, but also for you. Some women lose a lot of blood when they give birth. I know you said there was a lot. That's probably why you were so tired. The iron deficiency. But according to the autopsy, it doesn't appear that the baby was born dead. But she did die because just the circumstances that surrounded that birth.
I'm going to jail.
So today you were, like I said.
Look. She knew she was going to jail from the jump. This is the police knew this. She ain't talk to nobody. She ain't walk out the door and went to consult with a sergeant. You know what I mean? Just get that confession, got you.
We can't go back and change things. I just think maybe different decisions at the time. I understand you thought that the baby was aborted, but then you were still pregnant. You didn't feel anything. So let me ask you, so from the abortion to the time the baby came, were you feeling any different? Like any symptoms that you were like, well, it can't be pregnancy because I had an abortion, but something unusual?
Tired.
You're feeling really tired.
Just tired.
Any sort of nausea that came out of nowhere, headaches?
No.
Like classic pregnancy symptoms, but you didn't know obviously it was pregnancy, you said. Did you ever once think like, I could be pregnant? Did anybody ever ask you? Did you have a boyfriend at the time? Okay. Who's David?
He was the guy I was dating at the time. And
David was?
Yeah, and he didn't think anything of it.
No, he didn't know. Okay.
That was a really.
Any different, like any symptoms that you were like, well, it can't be pregnancy because I had an abortion, but something unusual?
Tired.
You're feeling really tired.
Just tired.
Any sort of nausea that came out of nowhere, headaches?
No.
Like classic pregnancy symptoms, but you didn't know obviously it was pregnancy, you said. Did you ever once think like, I could be pregnant? Did anybody ever ask you? Did you have a boyfriend at the time? Okay. Who's David?
He was the guy I was dating at the time. And
David was?
Yeah, and he didn't think anything of it.
No, he didn't know. Okay.
That was a really weird relationship.
It was. Is that a relationship that you got into right after?
Yes.
Okay. And was that before Philip? It was between?
Yeah. All of these things were between Philip.
When were you in a relationship with Philip?
From 2011, 2012 to like 2 years ago.
Oh, so for a long time.
On and off for like, yeah.
What officially ended that relationship?
We were engaged and I just couldn't take it anymore and I screamed at him.
Okay. Did he ever find out about this?
No.
Did he go to FAU at the time where you were there?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see him that day when you went to your accounting class?
No.
You didn't see him? Okay. Did he live in the dorms? Or somewhere else? Okay.
And I don't think like mentally you keep having them abortions, you can really like deal with life. Like it never happened. She tried to make it seem like, but you could tell that she was having anxiety. She was suffering behind all them abortions. And the last one was a murder. It was not an abortion. She didn't like have the baby and then call the ambulance and said, I didn't know I was pregnant. And I had this baby and put the baby up for adoption or something. You discarded the baby from that point on. That's when your charge began, bro.
Okay, so you were still in school and you went to your class there. So you worked for that travel nurse. It was like a travel nurse staffing company. Did you work with nurses?
Yes.
Did you ever talk to anybody about like what to do if you're pregnant, what to do like after you're pregnant, or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Never asked anybody for like advice about this without actually telling them what happened. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else you think is just political? I know.
That's over
But
with.
You have to understand. We found this baby who's seemingly healthy, other than the fact that she's not alive. Healthy, no trauma. We don't think you beat her or anything like that. No trauma, no signs of disease, no nothing like that. And that baby, they believe that she was born alive. So we find this baby, we do all this stuff, and we're like, where are the parents? Like, how did this baby end up in the inlet? Which I'm sure you can understand.
I understand everything. I feel guilty and hungry, just upset, and I just want to go home.
I know. And I know the whole situation is scary, but like for 4.5 years, this little girl had like this big question mark. Like, what happened to her?
4.5 years.
So it's good to know, like, that's something good for her, so she can be laid to rest, because she deserves to be laid to rest, you know?
She
didn't live very long, maybe seconds, minutes.
She don't care.
But
her life gone. You
this
traded.
will really be the best thing to happen.
Yeah, but what
for her.
happens to my life?
I just was gonna tell you, bro. I said she traded. You traded your life for that baby life. That's what happened to your life. You still would have had your life. You would have known that the baby probably was still alive, and you probably would have still been attached, and you probably would have been one of them selfish moms that didn't care if she was adopted because you did what you did with this situation. I was just gonna say it before I let it play. You traded your life for that baby life. That's what you did, man. When you took that baby life, you took your own life, and you didn't even know it. You thought you was gonna be living like a fairy tale Cinderella type life, and didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Let's get this back.
The whole situation is scary, but like for 4.5 years,
Told you she's selfish.
This little girl had like this big question mark, like what happened to her. So it's good to know, like that's something good for her, so she can be laid to rest because she deserves to be laid to rest. You know, she didn't live very long, maybe seconds, minutes, but this will really be the best thing.
Yeah, but what happens to my life?
Your life.
Yeah.
I understand that sounds really selfish, and I get it.
No, I'm
But
not judging you.
It's over.
I know you're scared, you're worried, you're wondering what's going to happen. I can tell you what's going to happen today. Okay, so in the future, like I can't predict
Going
the
to
future,
jail.
things are different, but I can tell you that from here, you're going to go, this is just where we're talking. This was just a kind of a closer place to where you live, so we didn't have to drive you for a long time before I could talk to you. So we just figure out what actually happened, okay? From here, you will go to the jail. And you'll get a phone call. If you get more after that,
I don't know anybody's phone number.
Okay.
Like all of my phone numbers are in my phone.
Yeah, give you a
I
phone
don't know
right
any
now.
phone numbers.
So you'll be able to, I think they'll help you with, if you want to call a lawyer, if you want to do any of that stuff, you'll be able to do that from there. I can't help you because we have it, but I don't have it. I don't physically have it. I don't know if we'll be able to get you a phone number. If I can write it on a piece of paper and give it to you. Do you have a passcode on your phone?
Yes.
What's the passcode?
1204.
Okay.
Our anniversary.
Well, you and Chris, right?
Yeah.
What if I'm able to get a number out of there, what number would you like?
It's Chris's number. It's under emotional support extrovert.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So you want us to, I can probably get Chris's number for you.
Yeah.
That's whose number you want. Okay. And then he can help you call
it. Some Call of Duty after
I don't know
that.
if you get more after that. I don't want to tell you like the wrong thing. So I know you get the one for sure. If you get more after that, I'm not sure. And then you'll go to first appearance in the morning.
Yeah, I want to holler at your boy Call of Duty. Juice Baby 175.
Okay, that's when you'll stand in front of a judge. It's a bunch of people.
Leaving a message that you follow me off of YouTube.
Also, it won't be just you. It'll be other people who are arrested.
And they'll determine if I get to leave and go home.
If you get a bond. I don't know how likely it
Rebirth.
is, but the judge will determine that. Okay.
And you
Multiplayer.
have to post bond.
If you get a bond, if they issue, you have to post. Yeah. They'll pay the money to get out.
Okay.
So it's.
I don't know if she's gonna get a bond. That's considered a violent crime. Get a bond for murder. Miscellaneous. I don't know. I don't think she's gonna get no bond.
The process, but if you talk to Chris, so that's why they'll give you that phone call because maybe he would be able to help you. But I can't guarantee that they're going to issue a bond at all, okay? Because it's a pretty serious case. So I don't know, and I don't want to tell you the wrong thing.
You stuck.
You've been flight risk or anything?
Maybe no, but you do have family out of the country, to include your parents. So when are your parents supposed to get here?
Next week.
What day?
The 20th.
Okay. Early. Okay, so like Tuesday, I think. Okay. Your sister's probably gonna know. I don't know if she knows yet. I'm sure she'll let them know so they're not constantly calling you and not being able to get a hold of you.
Everybody was counting down to Christmas. And everybody being here.
I know the timing, but it wasn't very easy to find the parents of her. It took 4 years.
I understand why you would be so preoccupied with the dead baby. I know this sounds really selfish and it sounds horrible. Everybody was counting down to Christmas. And everybody being here.
I know the timing, but it wasn't very easy to find the parents of her. It took 4 years.
I understand why you would be so preoccupied with the dead baby. I know this sounds really selfish and it sounds horrible. I'm not gonna have a life after this.
We can't, like I said, we can't change what happened. What happened. But you've been very cooperative. I'm not looking at you like you're a child killer, you're a beater, you're a monster. I feel like everybody's going to. I know, but these things happen, and you know what? You got to tell your version, and you don't need us to be making up them.
And see, that's what she worrying about, what everybody else gonna think about her. Instead of you just taking what you did and deal with, because now you really got to go, every day in your cell, you're going to be crying because of what you did. And to me, she ain't got no emotions for none of them kids. When the young lady mentioned, the barrier for the baby, she was shaking her head for everything. And that baby, she was like... looking out like, nah, man, you selfish. You talking about you don't want to sound selfish. All through this, you selfish, mama. You can see it all in the face. Good God Almighty. Man, I just can't roast her like that right now. I don't want to do none of that. I can't do it because y'all gonna kill me.
We so happen. I believe that you didn't know you were pregnant because I've just a little research on you. It doesn't look like you weren't like flaunting your, most women flaunt their baby bump. They do all this stuff to like let everybody know.
You guys look through my Facebook and Instagram.
Working on being around for a long time,
it almost looked like you were either really good at hiding it or you just didn't know. And I was going with the latter. So, and that's what you told me. So, yeah. But now we don't have this. I know we're worried about, but we don't have this question mark about what happened to her anymore. We have a better idea.
Thanks.
It doesn't sound as bad as it did before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, she just got to accept it. She's still trying to figure out a way to wiggle out this situation. There's no way out. It's over.
Do you have any questions for me for now?
Wiggling out of this, mama.
But I don't want you to leave.
Okay.
I don't want you to leave.
I'm freaked out. I don't want you to leave.
You're finna be around a whole bunch of other women.
She can get, I know, are you certain? I don't need to leave. I can have somebody bring, do you want some water or something like that?
I haven't eaten anything for the day and I'm super anxious.
Okay, we can get you food too. I don't know how long it's going to be before you go over there. So if you're hungry,
Thanks.
we can get you something.
You can't tell me anything that's going to happen to me.
I can just tell you that you're going to go to the jail. I know of until first appearance. And then after that, I don't know. There'll probably be a trial. You'll get a lawyer. You'll go through maybe a trial process. I don't know. I can't really say because everything is so different. A lot of cases are different.
And if I plead guilty, this doesn't get any easier, does it?
It would depend on the attorney, the prosecutor, if they offer you a plea and stuff like that. But I really couldn't say. I don't know. But that does happen in a lot of cases. I just can't say that's definitely going to happen here. I have no idea how it plays out in the court system. So my job is doing.
And I just gave you a confession, so I have nothing.
You told me what happened, which isn't, it's, like I said, your side of the story differs from what we thought. So that probably helps. You never know. You've been cooperative.
You gave him confession, but it took 4.5 years. All that's gonna play a part.
That could help. Like I said, I can't make promises to you. Like I can't say, oh, you told me, so you're gonna be able to go. Like it's nothing like that. But the state attorney, you'll have an attorney. You're gonna have one. The state attorney works with your attorney, and whatever is decided. That part of I do the investigation part. That leads up to here.
Are you good? Let me take these out. Let me put the other ones on. I gotta put them behind your back, okay? The jail doesn't.
So they have to stay on in the car too?
Mm-hmm.
All I'm doing is picturing her in a jumpsuit, bro, going through the motions. And y'all might not really know it or not. I mean, we straightforward in the prison with the man prison, but women prison is whoa. It's Tetris. It's Tetris. All that first day in ain't nothing compared to what really go on in the women prisons, bro. In the women prisons, it get very Tetris over there. Man, looking at little mama's statue, she got the bill. She want to really get aggressive. She can really be a boss, but my. She ain't think about this when she throw that baby in that water, man.
So you don't get tight around you, squeezing it down.
R.I.P. to the baby, y'all, for sure. Rest in peace, blood.
So that is the end of the police interview. In court, Arya Singh pled guilty to aggravated manslaughter and was sentenced to 14 years in prison.
Life
This
sentence.
is what she looks like in prison right now.
Release date.
Tell me what you think.
Release date 36/24. 14 years, man. That little baby would have been, that was 4 years ago. About 24 years old, man. Once she get out, I mean, right now. Man. Man, that was wild. That was crazy, man. That was wild. That was crazy, man. That was wild. That was crazy. I got kids. I got little babies. I done lost my little baby was 10 months, so you can't be doing that, baby. Can't be hurting them kids like that. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. You already know we back at y'all again with another one, man. We finna be hitting y'all, man, back to back. You already know what time it is. Your boy Juice Baby. You just making it do what it do. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. Peace.